Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well. In this video, I like to help. What do you do if you end up in the wrong lane in the test? So you are in the test and you end up in the wrong lane because maybe you couldn't see the road markings. So what do you do after that? So watch the video and get the answer. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and don't forget to press the bell so every time we release a new video you will be notified. Let's start the lesson. Okay, so firstly I will explain before I show you on the road how this is done in practice. The main purpose of this lesson is to give you an example when many learners they get confused in the test and they don't know what to do. Now, left lane is always the main driving lane. So when you drive, your left lane is always the main driving lane. So if there are 3 lanes, 4 lanes, it doesn't matter how many lane is on your side, you always drive on the left lane, and all the other lanes are for overtaking. Now, there are some exceptions when the left lane will not go straight. Sometimes in some situations you will find the left lane is only going left, and this is what I want to talk about in this lesson, because this is when many learners they get confused in the test. So say you're driving in this road and you're driving on the left lane, which you should, because that's your normal driving lane, and the examiner didn't say anything, which means if the examiner says to follow the road the way the road is going, which means you have to go straight ahead all the time. So if the direction is for you to go straight in the test, it means unless the road marking is telling you otherwise, you have to go straight ahead. So if you are in this lane, which is a normal driving lane, and as you can see here, this lane doesn't go straight ahead, which means earlier you have to change lane and then go straight ahead from this lane. Because the examiner didn't say anything, it means you need to follow the road ahead, which means in this case, because this lane is not going straight, it goes left only, you have to change lane early and go straight from this lane. Now, sometimes some learners, they miss the road markings. So what do? They carry on going, and sometimes say there's a traffic light here and there could be few cars, and those cars could be blocking those road markings. And because you didn't recognize the road marking earlier, when you come here and you're waiting here, this road marking is probably under another car. Maybe another car already waiting here in the traffic light and you couldn't see. So because you are too close to the traffic light, soon as it's green, when this car moves, then you see this lane doesn't go straight ahead. So what do you do in that case? Do you go straight from that road or do you change lane? So this is the question I want to answer on this video. So say you've made a mistake and this is you waiting, thinking you want to go straight ahead. Now that the car in front moves and you recognize that this lane doesn't go straight ahead. So what do? You've got 2 choices. One is to move over and go to the right lane if safe. If not, do you panic? My advice is don't panic, just relax, top and left mirror, put the signal on and go left. Okay? And this is the best option for you because you are too close to the traffic light. Instead of trying to change lane to the right lane because you're too close and there could be many cars on this lane, just put the signal on and go left. The examiner won't fail you for taking him the wrong way as long as you've gone safely, which means you looked at the mirror, you put the signal on and then you went left. This was a mistake and you've corrected it. Now don't make this as a habit, because your job is to look for the road markings and look for the road signs and follow the road markings and road signs. In this case, I'm just saying if you make a mistake, you correct it. And how do you do that? And that's what you do. You put the signal on and you go left. Now if you keep on doing that throughout the test, maybe you've gone 4 or 5 of this similar situation and you keep on doing that, then the examiner might fail you, because then he's going to say you got a problem, because then it won't be a mistake because you keep on doing it, which means it's not a mistake anymore. You've got a problem, which means you will fail the test for that. All I'm saying is once you've made a mistake, you've corrected it, that's fine. Don't panic, stay relaxed and go left. On another situation which I will show you on the clip is that, say you're driving on a dual carriageway which has 3 lanes, and you are driving in the middle lane because the route the examiner asks you to do or to follow, you need the middle lane for it. So you're driving in the middle lane, you've already changed and you're driving in the middle lane, and then you go over the flyover. Okay, so these 3 lanes becomes 2 lanes on the flyover. So out of the 2 lane, which lane do you drive? You drive on the left lane because that's the normal driving lane. So you drive on the left lane, so you followed from the middle lane, then you've ended up in the left lane because that's the normal driving lane, because there's only 2 lanes here. And then after the flyover, you will see on the clip that there is another lane from under the bridge. It comes and joins, and then what happens, your lane becomes the middle lane and there is another lane joining which becomes the left lane. So in that case, what do? Do you stay in the middle lane or do you come back to the left lane? Now the answer is you must come back to the left lane soon as it's safe to do so, because your normal driving lane is left. If you don't come back and it was safe to come back, you will fail your test. Okay, so soon as you've ended up in the middle lane, look at the top and left mirror, make sure it's safe, put the signal on, look at the blind spot, and then come back to the left lane and drive on. Like I said, if you don't come back, you will fail your test because left lane is normal driving lane. The reason you were driving in the middle lane because you had to, you were following your route and you went over the flyover, and then after the flyover another lane joined, which means you have to come back to the left lane. As you drive on this road in the test, you are driving and the road is 20, so you stay on normal driving position and you are driving 20, and now here the road marking is clearly telling you that this lane doesn't go straight, it only goes left, but you are in your own world with your nerve, you've missed the sign totally, so you stayed on the left thinking this lane is actually going straight, but it doesn't. So you carried on and you are now waiting behind this car and the traffic light is now green. Soon as the car in front moves, you've realized that this lane actually doesn't go straight. So what do? Stay focused, don't panic, top and left mirror, signal left and go left. Problem solved. Now we are driving on this road and we want to follow the road going straight ahead. So we are driving on the left lane thinking this lane is going straight ahead. But if we looked on the floor and looked for the road markings early, we would have realized that this lane actually doesn't go straight, it only goes left. But like I said, with your nerve, you are being in your own world and you totally missed the road markings. So you stayed on the left, and soon as the traffic light is green, we've realized we need to go straight ahead, but we can't. So what do? Top and left mirror, signal left and go left. Problem solved. Now here you are waiting on a traffic light and to go straight ahead, but if you looked early and you would have seen the lane that you need to go straight is towards right, because that's what the road marking was pushing you towards. Now if you look on the floor, you know that the right lane is to go straight ahead. So always be focused on you are in the test or in general on your driving, and always use the road markings and follow the road the way the road markings telling you to follow. Now here you are driving on a dual carriageway in the middle lane. Why? Because the route that you are going, you need the middle lane to go to follow the route that you are following. because you are going over the flyover, that's the route you are following, you needed the middle lane, which means now you are in the left lane, because out of the two lanes over the flyover, you are driving on the left lane because that's the normal driving lane. So you follow and you go over the flyover as normal because that's the normal driving lane, and you carry on following. And as you come at the end of the flyover, look what happens. Now, as you can see, as soon as you finish the flyover, what happens here? You could see there is another lane joining from under the flyover, which becomes a left lane, which means your lane will become the middle lane. So what do? Do you stay in the middle lane or do you go back to the left lane? Because left lane is your normal driving lane. So what do you have to do here? You must go back to your left lane soon as it's safe to do so, because that is the normal driving lane. Top and left mirror, signal left, look at the blind spot to see if it's safe on your left blind spot, and once it's safe, move over to the left lane, because that is your normal driving lane. Anyway, I hope this video helps, and the main purpose of this video is to help you that first of all, you always follow the road staying on the left lane, because left lane is your normal driving lane, number one. Number two, that if you do make a mistake and you end up too close and you think that you can't change lane to go to your normal driving lane and the left lane is going left only and you are in the wrong lane, so what do? So you signal left and you go left. Now, it doesn't mean you keep missing the road signs and road markings and you keep going left. That's not the main purpose of this video. This video is just to help you. You've made a mistake once and you corrected it. Stop making mistake. So don't keep on making the mistake and missing the road marking. If you do end up in the middle lane, like I showed on the dual carriageway, you must go back to your left lane because your normal driving lane is your left lane. If you don't, you will fail your test. Now, if this happens to you in the test and you do end up in the middle lane, like a similar route, then don't panic. Just stay in the middle, look at the top and left mirror, you signal left and find a good gap, and then look over your shoulder, the blind spot, and then go back to the left lane in good time. Okay, that's it for today, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up, and if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and please do make a comment, and hope to see you again on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.